Talk to me about what we're eating.
So you, this is why I took the gig right here, because I heard you were going to provide tacos. So he's got it: the bean, the bacon, the cheese. What else do you need? You know, it's protein on top of protein with carbs. I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist. Gerald's over here trying to make me comfortable. You've been filming dainty little girls. You're like, I'm not going to show you eating. I don't care. Y'all can watch me eat if y'all want. I'm a pro at it, so I'm pretty confident in my eating abilities. He's trying to offer me chairs here. I don't need a table. Look, check this out right here. Okay, hey, this is Javi Luna, stand-up comedian here in Corpus Christi, Texas, and you're watching The Taco Chair. Why do people hire personal trainers? To motivate you to exercise. I can do that for you. Picture this, you go to the gym, you get on the treadmill, I'm there, your trainer, eating a barbacoa taco. Hey, but you better keep running, bro, or you're gonna look like me. I started doing comedy when my mom was just really sick. I was dealing the reality of her mortality, and it was just, comedy was kind of a place where I could go and just not have to deal with the whole day-to-day of family. And so it became an escape for me, and then I realized that it wasn't just for me, it was also for the people that were there watching these shows were there for the same reasons that I was up on that stage. So we kind of formed this codependent relationship, so to speak, and then it just becomes an addiction. You can't stop doing it.
They show good movies on FX. They show them back to back too, which I like. You ever get really high watching a movie on FX? You pass out. When you wake up from the nap, the movie's in the exact same spot. You wake up tripping, think you got free DVR and shit.
The opportunities, though, that have come, you know, to go and travel, you know, just the country and find out how similar we are, and how many people can relate to my quote-unquote South Texas humor in Cleveland, Ohio, you know, or Washington, D.C., and they get it, you know, and they're not necessarily even Hispanic either, you know, but the humor translates. So to get to do that is something I never imagined doing. By the way, I'm not a political comic. You'll be happy to know that. I'm not a political comedian. I realized the other day that I shouldn't be talking about politics in public because I'm dumb when it comes to that shit. Because I was watching the news and I got hungry every time they said the word impeachment. I know what the word means. It just sounds fucking delicious at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me put it in context for you. Let's say I say, hey, man, would you like some ice cream? Sure, I'd like some ice cream. You want that shit impeached? Fuck yeah, I want that shit impeached. That sounds amazing. Like some marble slab, like you mix it in, get a little bit of peach in every bite. Sure, definitely doing comedy in Corpus as home base. Not gonna lie, it's something I was advised against doing as I got further. They're like, hey man, you're gonna have to move eventually, and I believed it, as most people would. I'm having fun proving myself wrong from that belief. To see how many people have become followers and have taken an interest in whatever path my career happens to be on right now, that they know my schedule and they know where I'm going and they know the jokes and they wear the t-shirts, and I'm just a guy that grew up across town in Baldwin, you know, that at the end of the day I'm telling jokes about the Trade Center and Whataburger and Bonnet, you know, but they relate to it, and there's always kind of been this thing of that Corpus doesn't support local, and I think that's starting to change a lot, and I'm excited to just be on that wave of where Corpus finally realized, hey, we can have people that are making waves outside of here, and they can still call this home.
learned my lesson. I'm in my 30s now. You know, I said, man, maybe it's time that I fuck around with a Latina, man, because a Latina who's also in her 30s, I know her kids are going to be full grown. Right? Do whatever the fuck we want. I mean, except for when she has to babysit her grandkids, that's the only time she gets fucked up.
I'm just happy to be able to sell tickets here in Corpus and to be able to work out of here and to get the opportunities to tour nationally with the headliners that I get to work with and to work on the projects that I get to work with when I don't have any major TV credits or anything like that. It's just, it's been a tremendous blessing, and I'm just thankful for it. My staple is bean and bacon, man. That was my breakfast taco of choice growing up. Let's see. Okay. You know it's good because it's got the grease, like the tortilla is almost translucent on the end. That grease has started, the bacon grease they use in the refried beans has started to separate a little bit. Hey, this is pretty legit. It's a good tortilla there. Bean, bacon, and cheese, man. It's simple. Starts off your morning. It's cheap. Depending on what drive-through you can go, you know, sometimes you can get the 99-cent version. You know, just give me a bean and cheese. I got my own bacon. Taco hacks, bring your own bacon. Get the 99-cent bean and cheese at the drive-through. Tacos are, I'm going to be honest, for a long time, it was just one of those things I took for granted. Because for me, tacos as a kid was a convenience food. It's because when you get down to it, what it is it's a tortilla and whatever you choose to put in it. My grandparents growing up owned a tortilla and masa factory, so there was just always just stacks of tortillas around my house. If you can't tell, this is the product of it. So it was just real simple, you know. In the morning, hey, what are we eating? I don't know. Heat up a tortilla, see what's left over from last night, throw it in there, and we got to go to school, you know. So it's some refried beans, and there's some bacon left over from, you know, heat that up, you know, and come on, you know. But then you get into the street fair part of it, right? And you have the pastor and the asada and that stuff, which is now just become hip and part of it. So that part's cool too. And then seeing, traveling the country and getting to see that, hey man, there's like some of the best tacos I ever had in Nashville, Tennessee. Right? But because there's Mexicans everywhere, man. We're invading via taco trucks, man. The fear's real, bro. And and there's good carne asada in Nashville, Tennessee, man. That there's legit pastor in Ohio, you know, and because we're taking it with us, the culture. I actually had this comic one time in San Antonio tell me that I do too many fat jokes. That's what he said. He goes, "You do too many fat jokes, Javi." I said, "Man, I was just going to do a couple, but obviously moderation is not my strong point." At the end of the day, I'm a writer. But stand-up allows you to take your writing and you're your own mouthpiece. Right? Because making a movie or making a sketch show or a television show, that requires money. It requires production. It doesn't cost you anything to walk into an open mic and pick up a microphone.
If Real Housewives of Section 8 was on TV tomorrow, we'd all fucking watch it. Because we know the drama on that show would be so fucking real. Right? A bunch of cholas arguing, going to medical assistant school. Fucking bitch, I had the Mickey Mouse scrubs first.
In a perfect world, who I want to be is I want to be the guy behind the guy. The years from now, they're like, you know, I want to be like Harold Ramis, when people just realize like he was the guy that wrote some of these classic comedy films, and they're like, wait, the guy that barely had any lines, that was the guy? that wrote this hilarious movie or did this hilarious project, you know, and I'll be, if that's the definition of my career, it's like, hey, remember that dude that was just in the background behind the star? And that was actually the dude that wrote the film, you know. That's basically who I'm comfortable